Ukraine. I give the floor to Mr. Alexander Hook, Principal Deputy Chief Monitor of the OSCE Special Monitoring Mission.
Good afternoon. Since I last spoke here, 3 children have died and 2 others have been injured. Near Khorlivka, Kirill, 14, Andrei, 13, and Vitaly, 12 years old, were killed, and 10-year-old Dmitry was injured. Anna, aged 16, was injured in Staromikhailivka on the same day. These latest victims bring the total number of children killed or injured this year to 28. Killed or injured by bombs or bullets. The artillery pieces and mortars that caused the explosions that killed or injured some of those children should have been withdrawn a long time ago. Article 4 of the Minsk Memorandum and Article 2 of the package of measures agreed to and signed by the sides obliges the sides to withdraw heavy weapons beyond designated lines. They promised they would, they have not. This is a tank spotted in non-government controlled Verkhno-Shirokivske in a place that is not beyond agreed withdrawal lines. And this is a howitzer seen in government-controlled Diilivka, again well within agreed withdrawal lines. Both weapons, just like almost 3,000 other similar weapons spotted by the OSCE SMM this year, are violations of the agreements the sides have signed. It is the same with mines. Article 6 of the memorandum and the Trilateral Contact Group decision on mine action of March 2016, which the sides also signed, obliges the sides to remove mines and prohibits them from laying new ones. The sides have not done what they have signed up to in this regard either. Here you can see anti-tank mines stretched across a road near non-government-controlled Holmivsky, and a similar scene near neighboring government-controlled Travneve. The sides also signed the Trilateral Contact Group framework decision on disengagement of forces and hardware. Our reports over the past weeks have clearly detailed new positions and hardware inside the Zoloty disengagement area on both sides of the contact line, demonstrating that the sides, in reality, only pay lip service to the framework decision they signed. Article 1 of the memorandum and Article 1 of the package, the sides made a commitment to, I quote, a comprehensive ceasefire. They promised to stop firing weapons of any sort. They have not. Last week, the OSCE SMM recorded over 6,600 ceasefire violations. Since the beginning of the year, the OSCE SMM has recorded the sides breaching the ceasefire over 218,000 times. What you see here is just a fraction of what an SMM camera between Yasinovata and Avdiivka recorded in September. While homes are unlit because of power outages, the nighttime sky is lit up by tracer rounds and explosions. Many homes have no gas or other means of heating. Others, as you can see in these images captured by SMM unmanned aerial vehicles, are burnt to the ground. Dear friends, we all mourn the death of children. Nobody wants it to happen. This, however, is not enough. People, at least some people, must take a cold, hard look in the mirror. Responsibility must be accepted. Those children, in total 28 this year, died or were injured because weapons were not withdrawn, because the sides have not disengaged, because the mines are still in the ground, because weapons were fired by adults, not by accident, not by mistake. Those doing it, and especially those ordering it, are responsible. We are not naive. We understand that there are political issues that need to be sorted out. And I think the OSCE SMM can have a role in facilitating the sides as they make difficult decisions to bring a permanent end to the crises that have overshadowed this country and beyond for the past 4.5 years. But that cannot happen without a ceasefire. It cannot happen while children are being killed. Violence must stop, not just to prevent more children dying in the immediate term, but to allow for an agreed future to emerge at the table. A sustainable, long-term peace where no more children die. Responsibility is clear, but it needs to be matched with accountability if it is to have any meaning. Those looking in the mirror, either pulling the trigger or signing agreements, need to be held accountable. The absence of accountability has brought empty promises, even when signed in Minsk. Promises to withdraw heavy weapons, promises to disengage hardware and personnel, promises to demine, promises to cease fire. Empty, broken promises. Dear friends, this week we heard more promises. The Ukrainian armed forces have taken a welcome step in establishing a civilian casualty mitigation team. It is a step aiming at 0 civilian casualties that urgently needs to be replicated on the other side of the contact line. I welcome its establishment. Finally, there is recognition that this conflict, supposedly fought for civilians, cannot be fought at their expense. It is a long overdue development. Too late for the 28 children and almost 200 other innocent civilian casualties who have lost their lives or have been injured this year. But it is hope, even a promise, nonetheless, that no more children and other innocents will die or be injured. Dear friends, with over 4 years of violence, words, however, are not enough. We have heard too many before. They must be underpinned by concrete action, even when they are signed. Weapons must be withdrawn. There must be mine action and disengagement. There must be a permanent, sustainable ceasefire. There must be accountability. There must be 0 civilian casualties. Then, and only then, will the promise of peace be more than an empty promise. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hug. If there is no questions, let's finish. Thank you.
Thank you.